Hello, this is Aletha McManama, your digital marketing maven, bringing you part 2 of my WordPress video training series. And today I want to talk about the best plugins to use for your website, especially if this is a starter list. And I'm going to share with you my top 8 start plugins list to get you started. And then of course there's tons of other WordPress plugins you can choose from. I just caution you to do your research on them and to make sure they have good ratings, because what can happen is if you install a lot of plugins on your WordPress dashboard, there may be some that are not compatible with each other and they won't work. And this does happen, as it's happened to me, and then sometimes they can actually be potentially virus related if you're not careful. So what I want to do is to go through my plugins list with you, and then I'm going to install and configure one so that you can see how it works if you don't already know how to use plugins. So my first plugins, and these are in A to Z order, all-in-one SEO pack. Of course, that is one of the plugins that I install on everybody's site that wants to optimize their site using a description and keywords, and you can do this for your home page, and you can also create the same description and keywords for each one of your pages and your blog post, which I think is key if you are a blogger and you want to make sure that you are optimizing each and every one of your blog content articles. The second one, exclude pages from navigation, and this is for, this particular plugin will allow you to keep your pages from showing up on your navigation bar. You can deselect it so that that particular page is behind the scenes and is a private page that nobody can get to unless they click through, and you have that as a as a private page for them to be able to access. A good example is a thank you page if they sign up for something on your website. Google Analytics for WordPress, very important too if you want to be able to analyze your traffic and click-throughs. If you have a Google Analytics account, this allows you to connect it to your website, this particular plugin does, and then you'll be able to start seeing your stats through your Google Analytics account. My page order, this is one of those that if you want to be able to order your pages so that it shows up properly on your navigation bar, the order that you want it to have. You can do this. It's a drag and drop feature, and of course if your theme doesn't have this ability to do that, whatever platform you're using for your themes, then you can use the My Page Order plugin to do this for you. Sociable is popular with being able to share your pages and posts, the ability to have somebody share that with you. This takes care of all the social media and social bookmarking platforms that you can actually customize so that whenever somebody comes to your site, they're able to share wherever you feel that they can. TinyMCE Advanced is one of those that's very practical in its use, that allow you to have more selections for font family, font size, whereas with your install of WordPress, your default with just the headings. If you ever want to change the size of your font, it gives you more control over being able to do this manually in your page or post editor window. Twitter Tools is one that I like to use, that gives me the ability to post to Twitter automatically each time I publish a blog post, but it also gives you the option to have a Twitter tweet bar on your site sidebar if you wish. And then the last one I want to quickly cover is called the WP DB Manager plugin, and this allows you to back up your databases, which I think is very important if for some reason you end up having some problems down the road with your site going down and maybe you had a lot of changes that you had done. The WP DB Manager is a backup that will allow you to restore a database if for some reason something goes wrong. Alright, so that concludes the my list of WordPress plugins that I definitely recommend for your site. Now I'm going to jump over to a site here that only has a couple of plugins installed to it. I'm on the dashboard, and over here under plugins I'm going to click on the link Add New, and then I'm going to type in here My Page Order. I'm going to search for that plugin, and then over here it gives you the details and whether you want to install it. Now I like the rating and then the description. So these are two things I would look at when you're researching plugins that you'd like to use on your site. These all come from the WordPress.org plugin repository. There are some that may not be listed on here that you may actually have to install manually onto your site, and those are some special ones that actually are not free. Alright, so I'm going to just click on Install Now. Click OK. It's installed. I'm going to activate the plugin by clicking Activate. And then over here under Pages, I now have a link called My Page Order. So I'm going to click on My Page Order. And then you'll see you have a Home and About page, and if you have more pages you'll be able to just move them around so that they'll show up the way you want them onto your navigation bar. And I'm just going to click to order pages, and then you're done. Just that simple. And that will conclude my little training video on what plugins to install on your site, your starter plugins, and how to install and configure one. I thank you for your time. Have a great day.